It's nighttime. The sun has gone to sleep. All the villagers are fast asleep, except one, Larry the llama. And that's because Larry the llama can't find his pajamas. Larry looks all over for his trusty jammies. He checks under his bed, inside his closet, behind his chair, and even in between his dresser drawers. But no luck. I am never gonna get to sleep without my PJs, Larry says dramatically. You see, Larry the llama needs the perfect pajamas to fall asleep. He tried regular pajamas, but those were too boring. He tried striped pajamas, but they gave him a terrible rash. Even his glow-in-the-dark pajamas were too itchy. No, Larry needed something else, something extraordinary. Just then, Larry sees his very fancy cape hanging by the door. It was dark blue, with silver stars all over it. This will do just fine, Larry says, and off he trots to bed. But when he got into bed, he realized that his cape wasn't quite right for sleeping, so he got out of bed and hung it back up. Then he noticed his polka dot nightgown. It had little pink flamingos all over it. Larry thought, this could work. So he put it on, got into bed, pulled up the covers, and closed his eyes. He didn't like the way it looked. Larry got out of bed again. This time he put on his new striped pajamas, got into bed, pulled up the covers and closed his eyes. But Larry couldn't get comfy. He kept thinking about how much he liked the little elephant print on his old pajamas. Oh, elephants, Larry sighed. Then Larry got an idea. He went to the closet, grabbed his favorite sweater, put it on over his pajamas, got into bed, pulled up the covers and closed his eyes. Finally, Larry was falling asleep until suddenly, what is that noise? Larry opened his eyes. Was it a mouse? A bug? A monster? Squeak, 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 the tiny voice said. Larry took a deep breath and turned on his lamp. To his surprise, it was just a little mouse wearing a nightgown tiptoeing around his room. Are you gonna eat my cheese? Larry asked. Me? The mouse squeaked. No, silly. I'm getting ready for bed. You know, I can't sleep without my PJs. The little mouse yawned. But where did you get a nightgown like that? Larry asked. Why, from you, silly, the mouse said. You gave it to me last week. Remember? Larry felt terrible. He had accidentally given the mouse his favorite nightgown last week. And now the mouse was having trouble sleeping without it. Oh, little mouse, I am so sorry. Let me make it up to you, Larry said. He took off his nightgown and gave it to the mouse. The mouse squealed with joy and put it on. Thank you, Larry, the mouse said. Now I can finally go to bed. Then the mouse scurried out the window. Larry felt good about helping the mouse, but now he still had to find some other pajamas to sleep in. So Larry started rummaging through his closet again. Meanwhile, in the next room, the little mouse had found a nice cozy hole to curl up in for the night. As soon as she got into her new nightgown, she was fast asleep. Back in Larry's room, Larry couldn't find anything to wear. He wanted to go to sleep, but he kept tossing and turning. Just then, he heard a knock on his window. He opened it up, and in flew a tiny hummingbird wearing a nightgown. Can I help you? Larry asked. Is this your nightgown? The hummingbird asked. Did you lose it while you were flying around? Larry asked. Me? No. Silly. My mama lost it. She's been looking all over for it. Can we please have it back? Larry recognized the hummingbird. He had seen her around the village before. Of course you can have it back. Here you go, Larry said. The hummingbird put on the nightgown then flew out the window. Larry felt better, knowing that he had helped her. But now, he still had to find some PJs to wear himself. Larry decided to take a walk outside. Maybe the fresh air would help him think of a solution. As soon as he stepped outside, however, Larry tripped on a root and landed right in a prickly bush. "Ow, ouch," Larry cried. Then a frog wearing a nightgown hopped over to him. "What happened?" she asked. I can't sleep without my PJs, but I keep losing them," Larry said. "Is this your nightgown?" the frog asked. "Did you lose it while you were hopping around?" Larry asked. "Me? No, silly. My sister lost it. She's been looking all over for it. Can we please have it back?" Larry recognized the frog. He had seen her and her sisters around the village before. "Of course you can have it back." "Here you go," Larry said. The frogs put on the nightgown, then hopped away. Larry felt great, knowing that he had helped them. But now, he still had to find some PJs to wear himself. As Larry continued walking, he saw a rabbit wearing a nightgown skipping down the road. "Excuse me," Larry called out to him. "Is this your nightgown? Did you lose it while you were skipping around?" Larry asked. "Me? No. Silly. My brother lost it. He's been looking all over for it. Can we please have it back?" Larry felt so frustrated. It seemed like everyone had lost their pajamas, and they always seemed to find them in his house. Then Larry noticed that the rabbit's nightgown was different from the others. It had little rabbits all over it. "Oh, is that your favorite nightgown? Because if it is, you can have mine," Larry offered. The rabbit put on Larry's nightgown, and Larry put on the rabbit's nightgown. Then the rabbit hopped down the road. Larry stopped for a moment and looked at himself. He didn't like the way the nightgown looked on him, but then he looked at the stars shining brightly in the sky. Maybe his favorite pajamas weren't fancy or sparkly. Maybe his favorite pajamas were comfortable and warm. Maybe what made his pajamas special wasn't what they looked like, but who he was when he wore them. With that, Larry trotted happily back to his house. He climbed into bed, pulled up his covers, and closed his eyes. At last, Larry the llama was finally going to sleep. The next morning, the sun peeked in through Larry's window. He opened his eyes and yawned. For the first time in his life, Larry didn't need his pajamas to feel comfy. He felt comfy being Larry. Meanwhile, downstairs, there was a huge pile of clothes in the laundry basket. There were polka dots, stripes, and even a tiny green cape. And as Mama Llama walked over to sort through them, she hummed a happy tune. Thank you for joining us on this wild and wacky adventure. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Good night, little one.